Hi, everyone. Life Coach Carissa here. I'm so excited to be back with you today as we kick off the new year. January feels like a fresh start, doesn't it? But having said that, I also want to say that, I am not a huge New Year's resolution person, but I do believe there's something powerful about the idea of a new beginning. Our brains love fresh starts. It's like they're wired to respond to new opportunities, and we really can use that to ignite a desire from within to step into the best version of ourselves. Now, when I say that, I don't mean that you're completely unhappy with who you are. Maybe you do feel that, maybe you don't, but let's be honest, like in the quiet moments when it's just you and your thoughts, are there these areas in your life where you feel like you're settling? I know there was for me. Are there things you've accepted just as the way it is, even though like this part of you longs for something different? I know this resonates because so many of us feel like we're just getting through the day. We're in survival mode, managing the chaos, juggling the demands, but not really thriving. And here's the truth: survival mode served a purpose at one time. It helped you navigate tough times. But staying in that space for too long can rob you of the joy, the peace, and fulfillment that you are also meant to experience. And if left unmanaged, it can lead to a compromise in your health, right? So, for those that don't know, I am in the process of publishing my first book. I began writing in May and I wrapped up the writing in October, and it just really flowed out of me. I didn't know what to expect, but now I'm in the editing phase, which is a little bit difficult. But writing this book has been a deeply personal journey for me. And as I reflected on my own struggles and the patterns that kept me stuck for so long, I realized that so much of it stemmed from inherited programming. These beliefs and behaviors and rituals and repetitiveness that was passed down through generations. It's these unconscious patterns that shaped how I saw myself, my relationships, and the world around me. And so recognizing this was a huge turning point that allowed me to break free. And it is what has really inspired me to share all of this work with you. So today, we're going to talk about how to break free from survival mode and rewire your mindset to step into a life that for you is thriving, whatever that looks like for you. Okay. So we're going to start with, why are we stuck in survival mode? Well, I had a recent training. It's called Wired to Survive, Born to Thrive. If you missed that, send me a message and I'll send you the link to view it. But I shared some foundational concepts that explain why we get stuck in a survival mindset. A lot of it comes down to this thing called inherited programming. Inherited programming is the set of beliefs and behaviors and emotional patterns that you unconsciously absorbed during your upbringing. And these patterns were shaped by the experiences you had, the people that you observed, and the expectations that were placed on you. And over time, they became your default operating system. But the problem is, this in programming, this inherited programming often leads us to live unconsciously, settling for what's familiar instead of really intentionally creating what we truly want. And so the basis of my work is really beginning to recognize the friction in your life. We can't change what we can't see. Or I could also say, don't really want to see, okay? Because I didn't want to see a lot of the things that I was doing in my own life, right? I didn't want to own that. I didn't want to look in the mirror. But breaking free really starts with that self-awareness. You need to ask yourself, where in my life do I feel stuck? What areas do I feel like I'm just settling? And then, are there patterns or situations that seem to keep repeating no matter what I do? Sometimes we're so used to these feelings that we ignore them, or we're in such an autopilot state that we don't even see them clearly. But these areas of friction are your signals. They're pointing to the places where change is needed. And at the very least, I encourage everyone to journal daily and write about what is causing you discomfort, because within those writings, that is where you may begin to notice the patterns that are associated with the discomfort. Those are your friction points. And so, in my role as a coach, I really aim to cut out any fluff and get to the heart of the matter of what is keeping you from living your life of thriving. This is why I created my 4 R's framework for rewiring your mindset. It is so simple, but yet so powerful to help you shift out of survival mode and into a thriving mindset. And it has these 4 R's, right? Number one is to recognize. The first step is becoming aware of what is no longer serving you. Take an honest inventory of your thoughts, your beliefs, your habits, and your behaviors. And then ask yourself, what's been holding me back? What is detrimental to my well-being? Step 2, the second R, is to reframe. Reframing is about shifting your perspective to align with who you are truly and authentically. So instead of focusing on all the limitations in our life, we're going to focus on progress and potential. And then what empowering beliefs can you adopt to replace the old ones that are keeping you stuck? And then step 3, retrain, the third R. This is where the magic happens, because it's through the repeated practice, you will create new neural pathways in your brain. And so every time you act on a new thought or a belief, you are strengthening that pathway. And this is where accountability comes in, which I love to offer my clients. Consistency is the answer. It's not about perfection. Consistency is what will create the lasting change. And so step 4, the fourth R, is repeat. Mastery is going to come from repetition. I know that I could not have gotten to this place of peace and contentment without the consistent repetition in my life. I kept showing up, even on the hard days. And over time, I saw that these new habits and mindsets were becoming second nature for me. And now they're just there. They're part of me. The same way that old heavy weight of what I was carrying was there, I've replaced it with something that serves me so much better. But look, like, I'm a realist. I know most people aren't going to change unless there is a darn good reason to do so. So I want to talk about what's possible when you do rewire your mindset, right? Why would you want to do this? Imagine waking up each day feeling calm and confident and at peace, no matter what challenges come your way. Because I keep saying this, my life is full of challenges. They haven't gone away. But this is what's possible when you rewire your mindset and just move beyond the survival mode. And so there are these things called the rainbow results, right? It's what's available to you. And these are things that could just be scratching the surface, but health, less stress, better sleep, improved physical and emotional well-being, relationships. What would it be like to have deeper connections, more patience, more unconditional love, not just for yourself, but for others as well? A financial growth, a shift from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset, which will lead you to smarter decisions and seeing the opportunities that are all around you. Professional success, greater focus, more productivity, and maybe the courage to pursue goals that you once just thought weren't even really going to be possible for you. This is the transformation I have lived. For years, my mindset was locked into patterns of negativity, and I focused on what was lacking in my life, what wasn't enough, rather than all the blessings that I already had. I was so critical of myself, and as a result, I was highly critical of others. So when I talk to you about rewiring your mindset, it is not theory. It is personal for me. I know what it's like to wake up dreading the day because you're carrying the weight of expectations, not just from others, but the impossible ones that you have placed on yourself, often through inherited programming. I've been that person. I'm defensive, quick to criticize, desperate for love and attention, but pushing people away because I didn't quite think I deserved it. And let me tell you, there is nothing lonelier than living with the belief that you're fundamentally flawed and that no matter how much you do, it's never enough. But here's the truth, and I want you to hear this. You are not broken. You were wired for survival, but you're also born to thrive. And that's the piece we've been missing out on. When I started rewiring my mindset, everything changed. I found this deep sense of contentment, even when life was throwing challenges my way. My relationships improved, my health improved. And most importantly, I learned how to unconditionally love myself. All of me, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And when you love yourself, you can love others fully and unconditionally. And so here's what I want you to know. You are capable of this transformation. You are capable of breaking free from survival mode and stepping into a life that excites you every day. It starts with one step, committing to recognizing what's holding you back, committing to reframing your mindset. And don't do it alone because having the support makes all the difference. If you're ready to take that first step, I would love to help you. Schedule a clarity call with me. Let's explore how you can start rewiring your mindset and create a life that you get excited about. This journey doesn't have to be hard or painful, but it does require a commitment. And I promise you, it's so, so worth it. Thank you for spending this time with me. I'm excited for you to see what this new year can bring for you. And if you'd like support in doing so, I encourage you to visit my website at lifecoachingwithcarissa.com and schedule a 60-minute clarity session with me. We can explore those areas of friction and talk about what a transformation could look like for you. As always, I appreciate your support. If this video resonated with you, I'd love for you to take a moment to like, share, and subscribe because together, I do believe that we can spread this message and help more individuals feel better and thrive in their life. I want nothing more for you than to be able to experience the transformation that I have been able to make in my life over the last several years. I want that to come to be your vision for yourself, whatever that looks like for you, but a life that you love waking up to each and every day, even when there are hard things happening all around you. All right, have a great day, everyone. I will see you in a couple weeks.